So let me guess, you're tired of being broke, you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, payday to payday, or maybe you're a woman in your 40s or 50s and you've recently suddenly found yourself having to manage your finances on your own. Maybe that's through separation, divorce, or being widowed. So you've come to the right place. Today, I am going to break down budgeting for you. We're going to think about actually what is a budget, all of the various budgeting methods, and work out what's the best one for you. So this is Budgeting Made Simple. I'm no stranger to budgets. I've been working in finance for over 20 years and I've been on my own now for nearly 12 years. And I've had to budget my own finances. I've had to clear debts. I've had to improve my credit score, and I've had to manage on a very limited income. So I like to think of a budget as a plan. So you have your monthly income and I plan how that's going to be spent each month. Now, obviously, we have our fixed payments like the rent, the mortgage, utilities that have to be paid regularly every month. We also have variable costs that can change and fluctuate each month. So, one week you might have to buy extra food or cleaning products or extra fuel in the car. And then obviously we have sinking funds, which are intermittent payments throughout the year for things such as insurances, car maintenance, etc. Then you also want to plan for your financial goals. You might want a holiday. You might want to save up for a new car. Maybe the children want to go on that school trip. And then you have to allow in your budget for those expenses. So if you think of your total income as a whole cake, and then each payday you need to slice it up into different sized portions to be able to meet all of your costs and pay everyone. Each slice of the cake needs to represent an expense. Here it is shown as percentage. Now, I'm not going to stand here and tell you how to budget your money. You know how hard that is. And I am no stranger to financial difficulties. I've raised 2 children on the breadline budget. I know how hard it is. I had to, take cash jobs to put clothes on their backs. School uniform. Oh, I used to dread school uniform. My heart used to sink when they came home and wanted to go on that school trip. All those added extra expenses throughout the year that you just think, oh, how am I ever going to be able to afford this? But you do. You find a way. You go without and you make sacrifices. So what you need to do is obviously have a list of your income and your expenditure, and then see where you can save any money or cut out unnecessary spending and make any cutbacks. I have covered some essential financial tools in a couple of my other videos, so that might be useful for you to go back and watch those. It's all about knowing your money beliefs, tracking your income and expenditure and your spending, and actually setting yourself goals so that you can focus on that and budget for them. And even though I'm now financially stable, I still budget my money 3 months in advance because it's installed in me. I don't want any sudden horrible surprises. I don't want life throwing any lemons at me that I don't see coming. So when I have annual payments due, like the household insurance, the car insurance, etc., I can budget and plan ahead for those so that I know I've got that money put aside. And of course, now with online banking and budgeting apps, you can have an account and you can have little pots that you can transfer this money to. You can have little savings funds within your one account, which is absolutely great. You can keep on track and you can keep focused on your goals. It's so easy to set up. But if you're not one for budgeting apps, that's absolutely fine as well. You can use spreadsheets like Google Sheets, which will help you put your income and expenditure in. If not, you can use the good old pen and paper. So let's briefly touch on some of the budgeting methods that you may have heard about. The 50-30-20 rule, for example. Now, that takes half of your income as your fixed payments, such as your rent, mortgage, and utilities, and then 30% would be your variable costs, like costs of transport to and from work, your petrol or fuel, for example, and then the 20% will be for sinking funds, such as the car maintenance and insurances that pop up sporadically throughout the year, and for any savings. There is also the zero-based budgeting method, which means every single penny of your income is accounted for in expenditure. And then there is the cash envelope method, which is what I grew up with. I remember my dad coming home every Friday with his little brown wage packet, and he'd hand it over to my mum, and she'd have all the separate envelopes ready on the kitchen table, and she would literally share that money out for all of the bills. So she'd have one for rent, one for gas, one for electric, one for food, etc. And then anything that was left, my dad had a little bit of pocket money, or, we went out on a Sunday afternoon. So those are the values that I grew up with. So it was installed in me from a young age of how to budget your money. So if you're just starting out with budgeting and you're not sure which one is best for you, then try one. And if it doesn't work, try another. There is no right or wrong answer. You just have to give it a go and see what works best for you. Now, I know there is a lot of really good, valuable information on all of these budgeting methods out there on social media. But if you would like me to cover any of those in more detail, I'd be more than happy to. And let's keep it simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think the most important thing is to keep it real. And I created my own budgeting method called the Dream Method so that I could live my dream life. D stands for decision. You have to make the decision to change or improve your finances or your relationship with money. R stands for realistic. Keep it real. Set a budget that is realistic for you and personalised for you. And ladies, if that means that every month you need to have your nails or your hair done, then keep it in the budget. Cut back on something else. E stands for education. Educate yourself about your spending habits, your money beliefs, whether or not you need to improve your credit score. Go and learn how to do all of that, but educate yourself. Do your research. A is for alignment. Once you have clarity and insight, you can make smart money moves and start making those good financial choices. You can then align with abundance and align your energy with your money and attract positivity, prosperity, wealth, and success. And M is for monitor and manage. Regularly review your budgeting and your spending and your saving, and make any necessary changes that may need to happen. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel if you liked this content and you found it useful. But what I'd like you to do now is to take all of this information away, go and have a think about what might work for you, but make your money work smarter for you, not harder. So you need to be specific, set clear, well-defined goals, measurable, how to measure your progress. Will you hit that savings target? Make it achievable and attainable to avoid disappointment and giving up. Make it realistic, keep it real and relevant, and focus on 1 or 2 goals. Make it timely. Don't set yourself a huge target that you're never going to reach. Set a start and end date. For example, you want to save £300 by 6 months' time. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Don't make it haphazard, too many things at once. Don't make it too arduous or strenuous or requiring too much effort. Don't make your goals out of reach. Don't despair. Goals unattainable and not achieved can cause despair, and it can cause you to give up too soon. Thank you for joining me today, and if you can't wait to the next video, you can tap into my free resources. The link is in the description. And remember, if you could be anything today, be kind.